Well, hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. My name is Rebecca, and welcome to another Exploring Atlanta video. And yes, that is me seated inside that giant baseball glove. This is Truist Park, baseball stadium of Major League Baseball's Atlanta Braves, located about 10 miles northwest of downtown in unincorporated Cobb County. Now, this stadium opened in 2017 as a replacement for Turner Field, which was the previous home of the Braves since the 1997 season. Now, this stadium has a seating capacity of 42,000. There have been several sporting events hosted in this ballpark, including the first World Series in 2021, the 95th Major League Baseball All-Star Game in 2025. It has also hosted non-baseball events such as a football game in 2018 and numerous music concerts. Now, on this tour, we're going to be making several stops throughout this enormous arena. We'll get a look inside the press box, broadcast room, corporate suites, season ticket holder boxes, exclusive viewing rooms, Braves Museum with a bonus tour inside the players' locker room, and even more. There's just so much to see here. And as we walk through the arena, we'll be led by the park's own tour guide. Now, some of what you hear might be a bit inaudible at times, so I do recommend you turn on your closed caption feature as you watch. And I'm going to place a timestamp in the description box below to show the breakdown of the various features. Now, before we get started, if you are here for the first time, you are so very welcome. I do want to give a shout out to the subscribers returning to the channel. I really do appreciate you. Now, if you are enjoying the video, please consider liking and subscribing to help push the channel out to reach more people so that we can continue to grow and bring you more videos like this. Now, let's get this show on the road, and I'll be back later to close us out.
Let's go.
From here, we're going to make our way up to the rooftop and work our way down to the field. So put your walking shoes on.
So the Cranberries out view of the ballpark. Ballpark holds 42,000. We got another 2,000 standing room in here on a big day. As of last week, those guys have been working frantically on that, and they will work on it frantically every day, all day, throughout the entire season. They really love their grass. It's a hybrid for Bermuda that we get from southeastern Georgia down by Brunswick, close to the coast over that way. It's a sand-loving grass. And in fact, there's no dirt underneath that grass. There's 12 inches of sand, 12 inches of gravel, and a whole bunch of pipes and drains. So when it's ready to, or if he's irrigating a sprinkler system, all that water can permeate through, and then the pipes and drains can capture it, and then shoots over here behind the Braves pitcher's bullpen. It's got a 37,000 gallon storage tank where he can recycle that water, which is really a pretty big deal. Because water is more valuable than I think any of us give credit to. Young folks over here, you can talk about water, you get your eye, So again, that grass came out just last year. Now, here's another high-tech thing about the grass. So we're in Atlanta. It can get kind of hot around here, especially in August. So if it's got, say, 3 or 4 days of 100+ weather, grass doesn't like that. So he's actually got an air conditioning system underneath there. So he can cool off the roots to the grass about 69 degrees. It's smooth weather. So we will be going over there, see where it says World Champions. That's our press box. We'll be going over there in a minute. We'll be heading over to Coca-Cola Corner, which is the opposite side of here. Great photo spot, actually. And by the way, if any of y'all need pictures, I'm very, very happy to assist. Hank Aaron Terrace over that way, they got the Cybercon crowd is hanging out at Hank Aaron Terrace. So we won't be going in there, but it's just mention that. It's a pretty nice group spot. And then eventually we'll be down there in the first base side where the Braves dugout is, which y'all can climb around in there. And we'll be getting into the locker room and training room, all that kind of stuff. So why don't we go over here to Xfinity Lounge. The other part for bringing y'all in here is also just kind of talk about the battery. So y'all are here to see our beautiful $672 million ballpark. We're in Cobb County, Georgia. The Braves are actually on a 30-year lease with Cobb County. It's a public-private partnership. So 30-year lease, if you don't know it, theoretically the Cobb County taxpayers own the ballpark. But the Braves did it back in 2017. They designed and developed and built all of this stuff out here. 68ers, we call that the battery. So they own it. They own all the buildings, the box seat, 40, 50 bars, restaurants, half a dozen commercial office, tall buildings, the Aloft Hotel, the Omni Hotel, all that's out there. So if you think about a typical baseball season, 162 games, 81 of the games are home games. And that's the old school formula for the teams to make their revenue. Ticket sales, concessions, hats, shirts, all that stuff. Well, the Braves have that, but they also have 365 days a year to drive revenue from that. So really a pretty smart idea at that time. It was unique. It was innovative. Now there are other sports group management that are doing the same thing.
We are headed to the press box.
Lobby area of the press box. This really not that luxurious, but would you like to stop here too? So I moved to Atlanta in 71. Braves moved to Atlanta in 66. When I got here, Skip Carey, Ernie Justin, and Pete Van Wieren, those were the legacy broadcast team. They did both radio and TV broadcasting. They worked together for 33 years, which is a pretty long run. You baseball fans probably recognize the Carey name. So Skip Carey's old man was Harry Carey, right? He started out with the Cars, finished up with the Cubs. He had like a 44-year broadcast resume. So Harry with the Cubs, Skip with the Braves. Skip's got a son named Chip. Chip did the Braves for about 7 years, and now he's with the St. Louis Cardinals doing podcasts. And Chip's got 2 boys that have been out of college for a couple, 3 years, and they're both doing baseball broadcasts. One's down in Texas doing minor league ones. Out there on the West Coast somewhere. So pretty cool legacy. When you got great-grandfather, grandfather, father, and the 2 boys all in the same business. Y'all basketball fans, so Ernie Johnson, he was a pitcher, relief pitcher for the 57 Milwaukee Braves, which was a World Series championship year. But his son, Ernie Jr., on the NBA pregame, halftime, postgame with Shaq and Barkley and Kenny and those guys. Bow tie wearing Ernie with the glasses. So got a bit of the broadcast legacy. Pete over here, big fan wearing his claim to fame was I called him the professor. Super smart guy. I think he knew all the statistics for all the pitchers and all the batters and everything else before they even invented a computer. So he was the stats man before the movie Moneyball came out. And big data, the stats were cool. Trophy case, awards for broadcast excellence. and a fishing net. So what do you say? Let's put the fishing net. And photograph will explain. So Ernie here in the middle of a beautiful day, the glass is open and the press box foul comes back from home plate. Ernie's sitting there with that net. He's shagging fly balls and throwing the little guys. A very good broadcaster in his own right. Don't come on in. Front row, middle row, back row, pick seat. Be here for a minute or two and talk about what we're looking at. So the rooms that y'all are sitting in, getting comfortable in, this is the room where the writers will do their work. So traditional magazines, newspapers, of course, the written word has migrated to the internet, the online world. But this is basically the writers. We're going to be able to squeeze about 80 to 90 sports writers in this room on a big day. In addition to the writers, you might notice some equipment down the way over there to our right. The official scorekeeper, the MLB scorekeeper is going to be up here. The official MLB pitch clock timer guy is going to be up here. And then a third MLB official who's basically taking any phone calls from the dugouts. Could be a replay or a questionable play, that sort of thing. They shoot. So that's the essence of this room is the writers. To our right and beyond in those last in rooms down there, the radio broadcast booth, home team, away team. The Telemoon, no crowd's going to be in there for broadcast. The TV broadcast booths also further down the line. And then when you get down there to those bigger, deeper windows with the shades pulled down, that's basically our control tower. So on a game day, they're going to squeeze about 30 people in that room. And they call that's the Braves vision crowd, tearing it up and patting it down, tear it up again and patting it down. They cut the grass every day, that beautiful grass down when we get close to see how pretty that is. They keep that at 5/8 inch every day. Sometimes they cut that twice in a day. All right, so the first base side on the right there, we've got the Braves players dugout where they hang out during the game. As I mentioned, we'll be down there. And then we'll go down the steps into their clubhouse and locker room, which would be pretty cool. Take your eyesight all the way down to the first, at the far right field corner where it says Coors Light below the chop. We will make a visit down there as well. That is a group spot, holds roughly 100, and you are right on top of the field. Your traditional food fare of baseball fairs, hot dog hamburgers and chicken fingers and refreshings like that. 1 feet tall and 135 feet wide, so that's a big old sign. Where that Oris is down there, that's where the security headquarters is. We just had a big presentation on that over the weekend. And I want to say there's like about 250 security people in here. I mean, if you think about it, you got 40,000 people in here. It takes a whole bunch of people to kind of be paying attention to what everybody's doing. So that's where they're headquartered. That Home Depot Clubhouse is a good spot for a small group or party. It holds about 45 or 50, I want to say. The Home Depot mascots, the brush bucket and the hammer, those guys will show up and pay a visit. It's really good for birthday parties for kiddies. If you swing your eyesight left, that area there just under the Kroger area and the other big Delta board there, that's going to be a new spot. One of our premium spots they're calling it. I think it's going to be called the launching pad. So I'm interested in seeing how that turns out. Just to the left of that, where you can see on the seats, the rows of seats, it says Hank Aaron Terrace. So that's about 4 or 5 rows out here in the ballpark. And in that glassy area is the Hank Aaron Terrace space per se. And the CyberCon folks are having a meeting in there. Just above that is the Coca-Cola Corner. We'll head there in a minute. All the way down the left field corner. So that used to be T-Mobile signage and all that. I'm not sure. That's the visiting team's pitcher's bullpen. I'm not sure if they're trading that out for a different sponsor or if they're just going to redo it. It's still going to be T-Mobile. I'm not sure. Coming down third base side, the visiting team's players dugout. And we're back to home plate. Y'all made it around the ballpark. Anybody got any questions or comments? All right.
We are headed to the Coca-Cola area. This is Coca-Cola Corner. It feels so good out here. These are season ticket holder boxes. Okay, we got our premium box seat.
Restrooms and concession stands behind the seats. Not a bad spot. Those couches so look pretty comfortable. And I mean, honestly, I've been all over this ballpark. There's really not a bad spot in the whole park. You can definitely see what's going on. So you have to have a great to get seats on there. So I want to say probably 9 out of 10 of these are season familiar. So they've got probably one on either side that goes game.
Season ticket holders.
There's one coming. So I'm not sure what the number is. This is a bigger one. There's some over here that are the size, so we'll get this. I've got some cool trophy cases over there with some nice stuff. Gold Glove and MVP awards and whatnot. So we'll head that away.
As we make our way into the Xfinity Club, there on the right you see the Braves Clubhouse store.
We'll have a beer with that and then go home and do the training around 14. So this is one of our 24 corporate suites.
Corporate.
Last time on the head in the far right side of it, that's actually found I'm a good chair. You get a lot of primitive utilities in this. So there's 24 corporate suites. In addition to these suites, you can see 4 top tables and other rows of seating out there. Those are Xfinity level seats. They would have access through these stairways into what I call a fancy food court. Those seats typically come with food and beverage plate. And I will say, so you guys Xfinity? So at Xfinity level, for those of you who are thinking about income back for the so Xfinity and also Delta. So those are seats, season ticket seats typically. And those folks can resell those seats on stuff like CP. And I have heard stories about extraordinarily fantastic deals. Day of game, weeknights particularly, closer to game time. 39 pick up 2 seats right here, extending down that area. Jesus. Crazy. I said, did you get food bags? You don't take me food bags. It's an Atlanta area architect, actually, who created this art form. She has dubbed it pointillism, which I suppose is sort of kind of like minimalism. We've got hay here hitting the over. We've got Chipper Jones down the way playing third base, and then also Sid Bream sliding safely back in 1992. So they get a left one this way. My trophy case over here, I've got Gold Glove Awards. Got several of them. Nick Marquette, you see, I probably don't remember that name. Oh gosh, I think I do that. Freddie Freeman's in here, Matt's Free. Got a MVP, Freddie Freeman, the trader. This is a beautiful statue here. So, Warren Spahn's a Hall of Famer, 1957 Cy Young Award winner. And that's Warren Spahn with the high leg kick. And Chris Sale, who's also a lefty, he won the Cy Young in 24. Earned that. So that's a brand new statue for me. That just that's you. I love it. That's cool. These are National League Championship trophies and some player rings that they got in those particular years. There's the National League Championship from 2021. Lavin Bags, Bobby Cox, a retired jersey numbers. That's what the faces are about. Hank Aaron Wars, pretty cool. And then on the wall over here on y'all's left, we start to showcase some of our old-timey managers going way back to the late 1800s. For you all college football fans, if that doesn't look like Nick Saban, I don't know who that looks like. I mean, that's kind of eerie. Maybe it's his granddaddy on his mom's side. That looks just like Nick Saban. And a little bit more currently, some of our managers. Leuven Harris, he was here when I got to town in 71. Joe Torre caught for us and managed for the Braves. Most people think of him as being a Yankee. Bobby, of course, Hall of Famer. Coach Snicker, still with the organization and going into his 50th year. So he's still here with us with an advisory role. I'm real excited about Walt Weiss. I think he's going to be a great manager.
It's the food hall. We have here.
So the Cy Young Award, individual award, best pitcher for the entire league for the entire season. We've got 5 guys that earned Cy Young Award against up there. Then we got Lavin Anderson Smoltz. So I moved to Atlanta in 71. Threes were awful. So we're in the early 80s, got close. The Dodgers pushed us out. Anyway, it was a long haul. We had a Braves fan until the 90s. So back in 1990, we were the worst team in all of baseball. But 99, we were the best team. We went from worst to first. A lot of that is because of these guys. Lavin Smoltz. Lavin Smoltz, Hall of Famers. 2-time Cy Young Award winner. 3 times at the Braves. The 92 with the coach. He has 4 consecutive Cy Youngs. The only other pitcher to duplicate that is Randy Johnson. So that's pretty crazy. That's 4 consecutive Cy Young awards. John Smoltz, of course, everybody knows John. And then Chris Sale. We got him from the Boston Red Sox. They gave up on him. He was 2 years injured, hardly played. He gave the bag of balls. Listen was the guy's name. And that was a Cy Young his first year back. That's pretty crazy. There's other rookies the year behind that curtain, but talking about these guys, Bob Orner, 4 homers in 1 game. It was probably one of his biggest hits. He was a basher. Dave Justice, solo home run of the 95 series against the Indians. We won the World Series that year. Bobby Cole, big fan favorite, a lot of fun. Kimbrel's still around, trying to get back in. He's out in Texas. I kind of think he's going to make it to the Hall of Fame. I feel like he's going to make it eventually. Ronnie Acuna, of course, MVP back in 2023. Mike Harris, and then Drake Baldwin, our catcher. Kind of interesting to think about it. We got 3 Rookie of the Year award winners on our team right now. So it's just self-explanatory. The guys got to pitch a complete game. Nobody gets a hit. So we had several. These are back in the years when guys were pitching complete games all the time. I just think it's still kind of curious. 1994 was the last time any Braves pitcher had a no-hitter. Each stand in front of that and yes. Here's cool jerseys. They're actually going to do a promo this year with the Powder Blues jerseys this year. I think it's going to have Murphy Sam. You don't see a Gold Glove Catchers Award there. Alright, so we're going to jump on an elevator. We'll go down one level and walk up the ramp.
Museum.
So I've been talking about the Braves started playing baseball in 1871. These jerseys are all Boston wearing jerseys. The late 1800s, early 1900s. First one here is a Milwaukee jersey. The other five are Atlanta Braves versions of their jerseys. That last one, much of a crude look. Braves, I think, are the only team that play in three different cities: Boston, Milwaukee, and Atlanta. Braves have not always been called the Braves. They finally locked in to be the Braves forever back in 1921. They were Red Sox teams with bean eaters, and with bees, doves, rustlers, all kinds of different swirling names. Yes, they got glad we stuck with Braves. I like that. So I will point out to you on the left side, I've got 5 individual player awards. Most Valuable Player, Silver Slugger, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, and MVP. So all of those players had great seasons and earned those individual awards. You all can check that out. And then on our right-hand side, I've got a black and white timeline of photographs starting back in the 1870s. They'll take you all the way up to the 2020s and show you different photographs of the ballparks and players. There's a freedom for evolution of the well-always balance. So, yes. Y'all take your time. I'll meet you up here at the Hank Aaron statue.
So we're in the Braves Museum.
So not everybody knows that Babe Ruth actually played for the Braves back in the 1935 season. He was only with us for about 2.5 months or so. There was a deal in place. He was going to be a manager of some sort, but I guess that kind of fell apart. So he actually retired mid-season. They did put 6 home runs on the floor to switch off in that year. He's not asking you to like why not back on it. Well, the great one over there, is the Braves Hall of Fame. So they created that back in 1999, and all those plaques represent different Braves players that are in our own Braves Hall of Fame. And here's your man Chipper Jones over here. So this beautiful 8-foot tall statue over here of Mr. Aaron getting that iconic home run back in 1990. You open the vein, it's got a little LED light that shines on the outfield. You can run movies in the outfield and shine out some legs. And represent the 11 home runs that they hit in the city. That's pretty crazy way. If you're thinking about it and you're curious, you go on YouTube, you really have a video. You do get a World Series championship, put on the what it shows it open up. It's pretty exciting. It really is. Well, over here on the opposite left, I got the ball and the bat. You were talking about a Hank Aaron breaking a big disconnecting. And the ball actually landed in the Braves' fourth bat one of our relief kids who down in townhouse snagged with all 4 feet there, that's the thing, right? So you guys know how like baseball cards, how to rate us. You like to play and say, yeah, it's lose. Wow, good. So they say, if I back on that together, good. Really good side. Wow, nobody had you. Bulletproof glass, yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, we're gonna go back up the stairs. Let's see how so this display, baseball gloves and baseball bats, is 50 of them, and the gloves represent a pitcher, baseball bats represent a position player. So we have 50 Braves players in our history that were so good that they made it up to Cooperstown National Hall of Fame up there in Cooperstown, about 50 guys. Now my man, Andrew Jones, one of my favorites, just got elected into the hall, and he will be in his induction ceremony will be, I want to say sometime in July. So we'll have 51. Look, put his back down there. The gloves are pitchers, and the bats are position players. And then a photograph over here with Latin Addicts and Bobby House up in Cooperstown. It's a pretty cool photograph. And my man from Venezuela, this display down here for you. They invented the game of baseball here in the States, but, and it's America's game, but it's international, global. The Dominican, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, all the hot Caribbean sorts of countries that are normally associated with baseball, but we got some weird countries like Poland and Switzerland. Where's that other one? Slovakia, for crying out loud. So these guys all came over to play for the Braves. I gotta believe that all the teams in the National League, all the teams in the American League have similar numbers. The game is international. This is my Ronald Acuna MVP case right here with 73 stolen bases. He had 42 homers that year. World Series showcase with 2021 memorabilia and the sports page from 95. I actually had that in the house. We got some Hank Aaron memorabilia over this away. His 2000th hit, his career. Hank had his own record. I'm not sure how that works. Have not heard that yet. Hey, Bob. Bob Horner, 4 homers in 1 game. Wow. That's a really big deal. In the entire history of baseball, under 30 players have had 4 home runs in 1 game.
Okay, so from the museum tour, it looks like we are making our way down closer to the field.
So essentially, so this place is a lot of cool chicken wings memorabilia here. So you got some of his bats and jerseys in here. Hello.
Sorry.
Well, these are the Chipper Jones keepers over here. This is pretty cool right here. So that's his scouting report coming out of high school. So he was the #1 draft pick that year coming out of high school. And he was a career player. So that's pretty cool as well. And then we've also got an old section of the old bench in the players' dugout over here. That's kind of cool. In fact, if you were to sit right there by Chipper, you could get that photograph of you.
That's gonna be free.
Okay, we're headed to the dugout.
Alright, no grass, please.
All right, we're headed to the dugout here. I get a better view of the dugout up here.
So obviously we got two batting cages over here on this side. Of the visiting team, we only have one. The locker room that y'all can see is really quite lovely. The visitor side, it's pretty nice, but not nearly as nice as what we got over here.
Batting cage.
I read an article about a week or two ago that the Braves made a big investment in these computerized pitching machines. And they've got two of them. They're both down in Florida right now for spring training. But the deal is for these things, so the old school pitching machine would just basically be a box and had a whole bunch of balls in it, and then all of a sudden an arm kind of just flung a ball at you. Well, this newfangled one that they've got is computerized, and so the front of it would actually, they could program in any pitcher, his likeness, what he looks like, plus his tendencies to pitch. So if he's an over-the-top guy who throws high heat fastballs, or if he comes in 3/4 slot, or if he's throwing big curves all the time or nasty sliders, they can actually program that in. So if the batting guy, the guy sitting over here ready to take a swing, he's actually looking at a computerized image of that pitcher, and that ball's coming out just like he throws. All right, so this is what the Braves are going to get dressed before and after their games. You're welcome to go in. So last season, and I'm expecting that they'll bring them back in. They had in the middle about 20 gigantic leather comfy massage chairs. So I'm expecting the players will make sure that those things come back before the season starts. Again, y'all's timing is good because they're down in Florida, and that's why we're at the last couple of Ray's dugout, first base perspective of the whole team. Got the Braves Vision, Home Depot Clubhouse, Coca-Cola Corner. Y'all been to those spots? That's free. And then I got a pop quiz for y'all. There's some dignitaries. So this again is 1995. Dave Justice, solo home run. We beat the Cleveland Indians in 6 games, 1-0. Lavin pitched 8 complete, and Woolers came in and closed it out. I got some couches,
dining area
on the wall, and I'm guessing they can watch some game films and stuff like that. Then on the wall on the left, we got a display about those 14 straight seasons starting in 1991. From worst to first, the 14 consecutive seasons where they got the playoffs or actually won a World Series. Pretty impressive. Well, Lavin, Natty, Smoltzy, and those guys, Chipper and Andrew, yep. And this particular room here, they're doing some work. This is their hot tub, cold tub, ice bath, underwater treadmill. They're working on the underwater treadmill. He's got a lower body, the ankle or something like that. They can submerge with the treadmill and get that underwater resistance down there. That's kind of cool. These are our most valuable players over the years, back to 1914. Dale Murphy is one of the nicest guys you'll ever want to meet. Freddie Freeman, he's a trainer. But he's a darn good ball player. Training room for the doc where he's hanging out. Drinking out of the side of him. Here's the old turf field ballpark, which is now being used by Georgia State University. So that deal turned out pretty good for Atlanta. My understanding is they're doing baseball and football. Georgia State is in that same ballpark, but they're building a separate baseball stadium just outside. This place was a train wreck. The old Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. We used to watch baseball games in September, and all the Atlanta Falcons football 50-yard line and everything else would be painted throughout it. It was a messy infield. Cy Young guys, we've been talking about them. Then down here at the end of the hall, it's the training room, workout room, which is pretty considerable. Some people will go in there. I think that's the nicest one I've ever seen. And then some people will say, yeah, but these college football teams have insane training rooms. I don't lift weights, so I don't know much about that. Yeah. I feel that I feel that you hear everyone you say, everyone trying to distract me, telling us about his ugly. Another good thing about listening to saying that Ryan Boone is how good control the right field. Jack 5-0. Distracted and comes across a warning track. Crashes in the fence and makes some ridiculous outstanding play. And you're standing I know. Would be nice.
Can you imagine sitting this close during game day, right on the field?
And just above us, if you clear into the house, it's my great stock. If you don't have any special ticket, you can go down to your bit. I'm going to put a whole lot of elevator. I'm first served. There's whole space to be work.
This is the shop house.
Here.
First come, first serve.
Like this.
Sit here, eat, watch the game.
325 feet to the fence. Work, more flying in here. Those seats out there are indicated shot seat, very popular. So if you fly in trouble, they're in the side and they bump up. Awesome good for him to play. Nobody's done it. No made. That's the drill. What are you doing next? Virginia? Yeah.
These are great seats.
I'm signing off here at TRUIST Park, home of the Atlanta Braves. Okay, so that's going to wrap up our tour today of TRUIST Park. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed touring. I had never been to this facility before. You know, I used to be a real huge Braves fan back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, but life just got so busy, so I haven't kept up with them, so I haven't been to the stadium before, so this was my first time, and I really enjoyed it, and I do recommend that you go. Now, let me show you what they gave us. This is a souvenir. This is a Chipper Jones necklace. Souvenir's got his name engraved there. And they give you one each time that you go on a tour of some player. And I think Tuesday is Chipper Jones, if not, I'm not mistaken, but I'm glad I went on a day that I was able to get Chipper's number because I do know who Chipper Jones is. Some of these players, like in the past 10 years, I don't know who they are. So I went on a good day to get someone that I actually know. But I really enjoyed the tour. I do highly recommend it. Now, I will be back again next week with another video. Now, YouTube has come up with this feature. It's called Hype. It's like a little rainbow symbol. You'll see it down below. So if you have access on your device, go ahead and give your girl a hype. I would really appreciate it. When we'll see how that goes, because I don't really know what the hype does or anything like that. But if you see it in the description, not in the description box, but you see the little buttons down here where you subscribe and all of that. And if you see that, just give your girl a hype. I would really appreciate it. I will be back again next week, as I said. Thank you for watching, and on your way out, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you receive an alert each time I upload a new video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.